Hello and welcome to this short video training module on how to get a private equity internship. Now, many people want to work in the private equity industry, including yourself, I'm guessing, if you're watching this video. And we're going to provide some very practical things that you can do to get into the industry. They're going to be bullet point, concise form. I'm not going to go on for an hour-long speech on how to do this. So if you have a pen and paper, it might be good to jot down a few of these notes. These are only things that I've used in my own career or directly I've seen work for others to get internships in the private equity and hedge fund industries. So here are some tips. First, select 30 private equity firms or private equity service providers to work for and have their name of the company, their phone number, email address, physical address, and your notes on your conversations with them within an Excel spreadsheet. If you don't have Microsoft Office, you can use Google Docs for free. Anybody can do that. And always have 30 different firms and potential employers that you're pursuing. Most people make the mistake of applying for different jobs online, applying for different internship programs. I would forget most of that. Maybe apply for a couple, but instead identify the ideal firms you'd want to work with and then put those into your 30 firm spreadsheet. Now, when you're looking at ideal firms to work with, I would say that out of 30 firms, 25 of those should be local, firms you can meet with face-to-face within maybe a 2 or 3 hour drive, firms that are based in your city or nearby city, and try to make sure that you're meeting with people face-to-face as much as possible, because it's much more powerful than an email or a phone call connection where you can be easily forgotten. Another tip is to use that mailing address, email address, and phone number all together at once, so that when they get that letter in the mail, the email, the follow-up phone call, they see that you're very committed, well-organized, and dedicated to working for their firm. It can make a big difference. Another tip is that you can make up a project if you need to. A private equity firm might say, well, we're not hiring any interns right now, I'm sorry. And you might say, you know what, I'd like to meet just for 5 minutes to have an informational interview. I just have 3 questions I'd like to ask in person. And if we could just meet for coffee, I can come by your office next Tuesday. It would really help me out. Most people will help you out for 5 or 10 minutes, especially if you only have 3 questions to ask. And one thing you could do is your third question you ask is, would it be a useful internship for me to research your top 10 private equity competitors and draw up a very detailed report on everything I can find about their business activities, what they're doing online, what reports they file with the government, etc. Another thing you could do is help the private equity firm do research on a potential new area of business. Maybe they haven't gone down that road yet, it might be a year or 2 away, but you could do the initial market research and just help them speed up that process of exploring that new area of business. So create a project if they're not hiring an intern. Another thing you can do is work for free. For one of my internships, what I did was say, I know you're not hiring anybody right now. How about this? I work for you for free, and whenever you feel like I'm worth paying so that I don't eventually leave, so I'm not going to work for you forever for free, then you can start paying me. If that doesn't work out, that's fine. No hard feelings. I just wanted to give it a shot and prove to you that I'm worth keeping on the team. In my case, it took 3 weeks of working full time. By the start of the 4th week, I was on a full-time salary, working for the company. It worked very well. Another tip here is that you want to gain as much specialized knowledge as possible, complete industry designation, certification, read books, blogs, articles, newsletters, and gain as much specialized knowledge as possible so you can kind of speak the language of the industry. And my last tip is that if you really have to, forget the distance barrier and you can work for someone long distance. I actually completed one internship where I was working for an investment firm in Europe, and at the time I was living on the west coast of the United States, and I was just doing research online of a potential area of investment for them, and I helped them save time on completing research on that area. They appreciated it, I appreciated the internship project, and it was a win-win situation. So that's another tip that I know that works and can hopefully help you land your own private equity internship.